Do you believe in ghosts? One of the most compelling arguments I have for the existence of ghosts is things that mysteriously happen in our house. And maybe these sorts of things happen in your house too, things that have no other explanation. Maybe you've got, I don't know, a shoe rack and you come in and yet everyone's shoes are all over the floor and yet everyone is adamant that they put their shoes away. Or maybe you come into the lounge and there's dirty dishes or sweet wrappers or ice cream wrappers all over the place and no one has put them there. They've got there all by themselves. um, I didn't do it and it's not my fault are a couple of phrases that seem to enter into our vocabulary at a pretty early age. Whatever's happened, our first reaction is to make sure that we're not the one who is going to get into trouble for it. On Sunday, we started a new series looking at the book of Isaiah from the Old Testament. Isaiah was a prophet, he lived a long time ago. And his job was basically to tell the king and to tell the people that pretty much everything that they were doing was opposed to what God wanted them to do. And as you can imagine, this was not an easy task. People didn't take kindly to being told this news from Isaiah that judgment was coming. They just wanted to carry on doing their own thing. And by and large, that is pretty much what they carried on doing, whether it was because they didn't care what Isaiah thought, maybe they were able to justify what they were doing, maybe they could simply point the finger at someone else who was doing something worse. But for whatever reason, they just pretty much carried on doing their own thing. And I wonder, as we start this series in the book of Isaiah, I wonder what is it that God is going to say to us as a church? What is it that God is going to say to us as individuals? And are we going to listen to what it is that God is saying? Sometimes it can be really hard to hear what God is saying. But in James chapter 1 and verse 22, James says, "Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says." And so let's be those who this term, as we read this book of Isaiah, hear and act on what God is saying to us.